Good evening and welcome back at Qualification Racing Network, where we present Sunday Night Skippy, a new season here at Lime Rock Park. It's going to be amazing. We're very looking forward to what we will see. But for now, we're first going to get ready for our Formula 2 race, which is going to be a very interesting race. I already saw a couple of new names coming up and a couple of old ones. So it will be interesting to see what the level is on Formula 2. But I'm looking forward to see all the people. Currently we're still in the qualification. Some interesting times are already driven. I can have a quick look if we can see. No, we don't see any results yet. There's still 2 minutes on the time for qualification. Here we see the last people are still running. Here we see we're driving along with Dan Pekowski. Keeps always having the same livery. I do have to say I like his style. It's simple, but you always recognize him from far, far away. Oh, and he made a slight slipper over there. And here he comes to that long straight. I think he has to go again for a really good run. But that's all what he was preparing here for this one on the semi-posy straight. Going underneath here and then in this corner one. You need to be very close. Don't touch the corner over here. And that was qualification. So I don't think he put a really good qualification on up here. Let's have a quick look. We see some new names. Joe Varvel from Ohio, immediately on the first position. Alex Alton, we know him from our last season. Great driver. So on that second position. And then we have Tyler Anthony from Canada on the third position. And Dave Pickram, also a new name. Fourth position. Now then, let's go through a little bit more. We have Barry Stockdale. Of course, Barry is back in the Formula 2 race. He's always here. Curious what he will do this season. Then we have Ryan Pietrowski. Interesting name. New up here. Of course, we have Joe Zubo. Always a big shout out for Joe. Helps us a lot in the broadcasting, behind the scenes. I see Carter Stickney on the 8th position. Jack Ashe. I was thinking about Jack. Jack, I think every season he is at least within the top 3 of the championship. So always a good candidate. And I see him very much for this season also a big candidate. And then we have Michael Smith on the 12th position. Did already drive a little bit with us. And of course, Ian Worrell. Don't forget Ian Worrell. Finally back. Has been a rough season for him last time. Was working a lot. And he's now back here in the Formula 2. So that's awesome to see. He's also our commentator for KVK for the Formula V race. And he does a really good job on that. I really enjoyed it always. So great to see to return the favor for him. Look at this, they are warming up already. Great to see this big field for Formula 2. That's a nice paint, some new ones, still some old ones. Here we go, the lights are on. And we're off. Immediately Cesar makes some changes onto that inside line. Apparently that's the favorite line over here. We saw Ryan Petoskey coming out of the pit, so he made a pit entry. Wasn't sure if that was safe enough. Well, Formula 2 is a really safe drive. You can see that over here. They all drive very nicely. Look at this, they're coming here for that first corner. We do see Tyler Antley already looking a little bit. Can he catch up over there? And look at this here, they're back on the straight. Joe is trying to get Alex behind him gone, and that's not working. Oh, they make a really tight turn over there. But it works, so Alex still in that second position, and everybody follows over there. Look at this. We have 15 cars really close to each other. Look at this, and there we go. He goes again. Alex is gonna have a look on the straight. He's gonna prepare himself up here to get really close. You can see that. Joe is a little bit slippy, but Alex tries to get that draft over here. And Joe really defends immediately, goes to that inside line, and then it's difficult to defend. But does Alex get a run? No, he doesn't get a run. No. They're going too wide over here. And Joe has that inside line over here, but can stay Alex over there. Alex can. Oh, just have to give that room. And it's a long race, so we shouldn't be too worried about this. And here they come, get ready, prepared. There's no way of passing. You need to follow each other here very carefully. Going up to the hill. Joe does get his car straight again. But Alex is now really, really close. Oh, Alex dropped a little bit of the gas. And that should give him the opportunity now here to, yeah, he has definitely better speed over here. Look at this, it goes past Joe. Joe keeps that inside line. Oh, he gets it and he doesn't get it. Oh, and we see on the back, Barry Stockdale was hit. Oh, that was a nasty accident, and that's going to cost him a lot of points. Let's quickly see if Barry is able to drive back. Yeah, he is. A good part of that. A quick look what really happened over there. I see that in the back. Well, the stories will be bigger than this. Let's go back to the front, because we have an awesome fight over here with Joe Varvel, Alex Alton right behind him, and Tyler Antley a little bit further back with 5/10. Easy to catch here on the long straight. And same tactic for Joe. But Alex is past him. He can't do that now. Oh no, this is very, very close. Look at this, nice to see. And here in the back we're driving along with, or in the back we're driving along with Joe Zubo on the 5th position. Also really close here with David Pickram and Jake Ashe, who really nicely passed over there. As I said before, Jake has always speed. Definitely gonna see him on the podium a lot of times this season, and maybe today already. I like that nice paint from Joe Zubo. Now, how's it going here in the front? Is Alex already... No, Alex is not even trying anymore. Oh! Joe made a small mistake, and immediately Alex Alton takes advantage of that. Look at that. Finally, he could take that place. Now we can see if Alex Alton is really having some pace. Can he drive away from Joe Varvel? That paint does look, for me, like Moroccan. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Alex about this. Beautiful paint he has created. He's on that first position. What happens behind there? Because we still have Tyler, we have Dave Pickram, Joe Zubo. Zubo is really close here up to number 4th position. David, oh, they're all up to it. And I see Jake Ashe, of course, going to the pit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 7 laps in and Jake is already... Oh! Joe! No, Joe, what happened? That was really... Oh. Let's see if we can get a replay out of that one. They're coming here onto that straight. I don't see anything going wrong, and then suddenly... Oh, Joe just really overcooked it over there. Couldn't find turn enough, and yeah, then you're going off. At least his car's still driving. And Alex and Joe are still fighting, so that much has not changed. Now here they're coming into that turn. Alex knows how to hold that one. Oh, and I see now also that David Pickram has gone into the pit. So we have some early strategies over here. Always interesting to see. We're driving along with Carter Stitney and Dan Pekowski right behind him. And that's still for 4th position, so they're not that far behind. You can always recognize Carter on the same paint job that he has. Like that car. Also a Formula V driver. They're coming here onto the straight into the first corner. I don't think Dan is really fighting for position up here. They just want to make sure that they come back to the first pack. Here we have Tyler Antle completely on his own. Oh, not completely on his own. 2 people ahead of him. And that are actually our leaders, Alex Olton and Joe Farvel. So, not that bad. But when are they now going to pit? Let's have a quick look. We're driving along here with Joe Farvel. And they're both not looking to pit. They're going straight ahead. And why would you? They have the speed. But you're not going to make it on that outside up here, because Alex is holding the inside really tight. Let's have a look with Chris Daniel. The lime green or the green car over here. On 8th position. I do think he has a new paint. I like his paint very much. Let's see if we can look at a little bit closer. He is sliding still a little bit. But there you see Joe Zubo right in front of him, so could be that he catch up with him. Oh, nice slide. Nearly jumps off, but holds that car very steady. Alright, let's have a quick look at the front. What are the guys doing? Joe Farvel and Alex Olton. If I do mispronounce your name, I'm sorry for it. It's just a standard thing I do. Look at this, we see Carter Stickney has been passed by Dan Pekowski. Only 15 people, but you still miss a lot up here. They're driving very closely together. But the gap up to number 3 position is 5 seconds, so that's quite a bit of a distance. Maybe pit stops can help in this way. Now it's basically watch turn 1, because that's where those guys are fighting out. Well, Alex is now driving a 57.7. Those are the times that you want to have when you're driving in Formula 1, but apparently you need to have them right now in Formula 2 as well. I see Ryan Petosky going into the pit on the 10th position. Let's see what Jake Ashe is now passing him right over there. He's catching up with Kyle McCormick. And Jake already has done that first pit stop, so that's would be interesting to see how far he's actually behind people. We know that Jake does that a lot. Go in early, drive his own pace. That works really well for him. Let's go back to Carter and Dan, because they are on the straight. And you see up here, oh, we see behind them that Ian Wall is going into the pit. But you also see that Carter and Dan are working together. Here's Ian going into the pit. And look at this. Also here on position 9 we're still fighting. Cal keeps that inside line and doesn't give anything to Jake. And behind there is Barry Stockdale. Remember Barry from that first incident? Oh, is he still on 11th position? So not that bad at all. But the real fight up here is with Carter and Dan Pagowski. You see here, he's not making a move. He's going to get as close as possible to Dan Pagowski. Alright, I was a little bit worried. We do see Chris Daniel now also into the pit. It's the regular first pit stop, so no worry about that. Still has a long way to go and he's filling up the car. Well, Alex Alton has now made a little bit of a move. And he's 8/10 away from Joe Van Vel. So curious how that goes. That could be a nice, interesting time also to go into the pit. But not for these guys. Look at that. Continuing. Joe is coming back a little bit. And Tyler is right behind there. Can see them. A little bit of a better pit stop and you're done. We do see Carter going in now. Together with Joe. And Michael Smith also on that back. If we can see him. Yeah, we see them all three over there. And of course Jake and Kyle are running here next again. Look at that. Jake has passed Kyle McCormick on the moment. And he can do now what he wants. Drive his own race. That's what he's good at. The gap between Dan Pagowski and him is quite large, but one pit stop and Jack can be a lot ahead. While we do see now that Alex Alton is coming into the pit. So he is into the pit. Tyler is into the pit. Do we see more people into the pit? No, those two are in the pit. That means that Joe Van Vel is now on his own. With Dan behind him. And what has done Jake? Is Jake gonna pass those guys? It's gonna be difficult. We see Kyle going in right now. And Jake is going past him. And they're coming out here on that... Oh! Well, Jake has at least got Tyler. And now we'll be in a nice fight with Alex. Look at that, so close. Oh no, we see Joe Van Vel has crashed. Where did he do that? Oh, I think he ran out of fuel. I think he ran out of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. That's a new thing if you're in this league. We do have pit stops, and there's a whole strategy behind that. I know Chris Daniel knows all about that from last season, where he got 2 times a penalty. And I do think that Joe Vervel has forgot to pit and is now run out of fuel. Or there went something else wrong, but let's not make conclusions. But on the moment he has pitted and he's still in that pit. And we see Alex Alton together with Jake Haché running 1 and 2 up here. They're running this show. Right behind there, Tyler Antley, 3 seconds. Still doable, but needs to make up some space. And then we have, of course, Carter Stickney and Ian Wall really close behind him. Look at that. It's going to be an interesting fight coming up, because I do think that Ian is a little bit quicker. If you can catch the draft on that straight, you really have something to go for. He is nearly in there, but not just enough. And what do we see here on Jake? Jake is a smart guy. He's just waiting. Gets really close to Alex. This is going to be another pit stop that's going to take very early for Jake. And then finish it off. He's now saving his fuel behind Alex. You see that Tyler is coming back a little, he's coming back a lot actually. 4 seconds right now. Right there behind there we see Carter Stickney and Ian. Ian is now getting into that position, out of that slipstream. Does he make that move? He makes that move very well. Nicely done. Well, that's a good way to start the season for Ian on the 4th position. He's driving very consistent if you look at his times. So we have this fight, and of course we have the fight with Jake Haché and Alex Alton on the front, where I expect Jake to go in, but yeah, he has a nice draft over here. No, he's not going. Oh, and there was a little bit of a blip over there from Alex. Jake is running his line. I don't think he wants to. No, he doesn't want to. Wants to stay close over there and run away a little bit from the Tyler Antley and Ian Worrell behind them. Let's have a quick look for our newcomers. We do see here Ryan Podolsky on the 10th position. Driving a little bit in no man's land. Has some people in front of him, but needs to hurry up if he wants to get into that draft. We have David Pickram here on the back. That long straight over here. What does Rich Butler do on the back? It's gonna be he's gonna have some problem, because I know that he normally drives a little bit quicker than this. Haven't seen any incidents, but that's when you do one man's job. It's difficult to follow everything, so I'm just trying to follow everything. And I see Ian Wall here looking ahead in Carter, because Carter has passed him at one position, and now Ian is immediately to see if he can take that back. Ian, take your time. It's a long race. We're 20 minutes in a 35-minute race. right on the back over there. Great to see that with this camera. Oh, both onto the grass. Now, and Ian should have enough space right now to go behind him. Yes, he will run over him. Carter gave him that spot quite easily. Doesn't want to contend that fight over here. That means that Ian is up to the 3rd position. Oh, and of course Jake went to the pit. Is already out of the pit. That was a very short pit stop. Can I have a quick look if we can see his... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I have very sorry news. We just informed that Chris Daniel has crashed. Let's have a look what happened with him. Oh, it takes a little bit of the grass over there and then it's over. Luckily, not many people were involved in it, because they all could pass him quite easily and he wasn't hurt. But he did make a small incident over there. Alright, so we're back on 2nd position, 6 seconds behind Alex Alton. Quite a distance. I know Jake is on 9th position, but he has already finished with his pit stops. Well, we see Chris Daniel now also going into the pit. And here we have Ian, who has passed Carter Stickney. I don't know where they constantly do that. Probably on the first corner. Oh yeah, we saw that. A little bit of a slippery of Ian over there, but can hold the car. And Carter is very, very close. If he wants, he can pass over here. I'm not sure. Oh, they're going into the pit. Ian is going into the pit. So that's his 2nd pit stop. Now we're going to see where Jake is going to be. Jake is already on the long straight. He's going to be way past Ian. Why do I see Alex Alton in number 5th position? What happened? Oh, he went in to do a pit stop. Alright, so he's also completely clean and he's ahead of Jake. Alright, so that's the logic that is right over there. Oof, I was a little bit confused, but glad to have seen that. So we have Tyler on the 1st position. Great for him to see that. He is carrying the number 1 number. And he is now also number 1 with 8 seconds behind him, Carter Stickney. And then we have Dan Pagowski. Close over there is Joe Zubo. There's a really nice race over here. And then we have Alex Alton, who has finished with his pit stop. And has Michael Schmidt behind him. See if Michael Schmidt can win some spots over there. And then after that we have Jake Ashe, 6th position. A little bit further back than I expected him to be. We can see what 5 seconds are, because this is Jake up here. Right behind him. And we have Tyler going into the pits. Tyler going into the pit, and Alex Alton is passing here the pit right now. We can see that clearly. Let's have a quick look. We don't see anybody out now. We see him over there. He's still waiting. So he's gonna costly some time over here. And Jake is also past him. So Jake is, I think, virtually on the 2nd position, as we expect from him. Always up to that podium. But on the moment we have Carter driving in that 1st position. But he needs to pit one more time together with Dan Pagowski. Although Dan Pagowski has surprised us many times. And maybe has a different strategy, but I do think that these two guys still need to go into the pit. And that could be this lap. But it's not this lap. They're going together with Joe Zubo right behind them. 1.6 seconds, that's still to do. Let's have a look where Rich Butler is on the moment. 11 seconds behind, or 9 seconds behind Joe Varvel. That's a long distance. And then this race is a long race. It's a little bit of hot lapping that you need to do over here. I'm curious how much speed Michael Smith wins from hanging behind Alex Oulton. Alex is fine with it. Needs to keep his concentration and drives a very solid race. Michael Smith can definitely gain a big advantage over here. They're just staying in here. You can see that he's just holding on. Here is throttle a little bit less. Oh, and here he holds it. He holds it, but he does lose Alex over here. Impressive holding his line. I would have crashed right over there, but that's Michael Smith. He can hold that car quite nicely. I don't think he's really shaken up by it. He's pushing that car to the limits. Alright, here Joe Zubo on the 3rd position. Right behind Dan Pagowski and Carter Stickney, who goes into the pit right now. So that is his part of being on the number 1 lap, or at least being number 1, because I do think that Alex Oulton, who gonna pass him right over here. And what is Jake doing? Jake is in a big fight over here, but can win this fight and is on that 3rd position. And we know that Dan Pagowski normally should go in, while we see that Joe Zubo, Michael Smith, Barry Stockdale and Joe Varvel has all went into the pit. So that means we're 20 minutes in. We need to have 7 more minutes, or nearly 6 more minutes. And we only have Dan Pagowski. Is he going to do the impossible and drive all the way without doing an extra pit stop? Or are we going to see Alex Oulton as a winner and Jake coming a little bit closer? But that fight with David Pickram, that doesn't help him very much. I do think that's a blue flag, so interesting to see what exactly happened over there, but he stays behind him for now. And Jake is following his line, trying to see if he can get any closer to Alex Oulton. And we see the fight that we saw coming earlier already. Ian Worrell and Carter Stickney. Ian has just picked up this extra spot. Is currently on the 5th position. Oh yeah, that did that really nice. Carter knows this is now the drive that they're going to have, the fight that they're going to get. You don't have to attack right over here. There's that long straight on into the first corner. But you do need to have the right corner over here. And they both have. Smooth driving from these two. So Carter should have overlap right now. That seems difficult. Ian is not defending. He knows that he's not doing it. Oh. A little bit overcooking those corners, but they get out quite nicely and Carter gets a little bit closer. They have a different line over here, so that makes Carter in this corner again coming closer. But he can't pass him, so that's going to be difficult. We do have some news for all our fans from Kyle McCormick. We have him crashed on the background. Not sure what happened. We will hear all about it in our Discord. But in a moment we see Dan Pagowski going into the pit and Alex Alton taking that first position. What is Jake doing? Oh, Jake's easily coming by. No worry for Jake. Jake takes that second position. Great solid race from Jake up here. Jake Haché has done a lot of seasons. As I said before, always on the podium. And it looks like he's right there right now as well. Now then we have Alex Alton up here in that first position. Yeah, you have 7.6 seconds ahead. You can take it easy. We only have 4 minutes left. Just don't crash that car and you're settled. And why I say that, when I say that, then we have to have a look at Rich Butler, because Rich is going in over here and overcooks it. And that was Rich Butler. We're driving here again with Alex Alton. You can clearly see that he's taking it a little bit more easy. With Jake still 7.5 seconds behind him. But let's go to the fight of the night. We see Carter Stickney and Ian Worrell. A little trouble over here with Ian Worrell. Taking that outside line, and yeah, there was Carter coming back. But I'm sure that they're going to have another fight. Ian just needs to hold on over there and get back into that draft. And it seems like he's nearly there already. Then Pagowski is 1.7 seconds behind there. And Ian gets over here into the slipstream. Look at it when we drive along with him. That Skippy is bouncing along. Needs to stay in that draft. Has the full draft over now. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be the fight, guys. This is going to be the fight that we want to see. Ian with warm tires, always dangerous. And Carter knows this track. Knows the seasons, is a skip veteran. Taking that complete exit over here. Up front there's also a fight going on, but I do think that has to do with some blue flaggers. Oh, Carter went nearly lost it over there, but can save the car. And that means that Ian can get really close if he would have followed that line a little bit better. Maybe the tires are getting off, although I don't think that's possible in these skips. And I don't think Ian has enough over here. This is 5/10 on the straight. You need to be closer to get really into that inside corner. Let's have a go quickly around the field. We see here Alex Alton 8 seconds ahead, so he doesn't even hold back. A quick look what his last lap time says. 57.6 his last lap time. So he's still running away from Jake Haché, who also does 57, but at 57.9. So 2/10 slower, but very fast times. This will be an interesting match to see in the Formula 1, where they have to race with 40 other people. So it's going to be exciting. But for now, we still need to finish this last lap. We have Alex in the front here driving along. Jake Haché right behind him. Tyler is still on this long straight. I think it's like a B or a really angry B that he drives. Right behind him is Kyle McCormick, but for position we have Carter Stickney fighting it out with Ian Worrell. And Ian needs to get closer if he wants to see anything of the points. Because this is the last lap. This should be the last lap that we have. Alex is coming over here, coming over the line. Beautiful to see. And there we have Jake Ashe. Congratulations also for a second position. And then right behind him, we do see Tyler. Oh, did I see Kyle nearly going wrong? But he doesn't want to make a... Oh, that's nice. He keeps up space. But Ian can't catch up with Carter, and Carter comes on that 4th position. Ian on the 5th. Then Pagowski is on the 6th position. And then we have Joe Zubo on the 7th. Awesome race. And this is Alex Alton winning the race. He was solid. There was a little bit of a chance that Jake came closer, but in the end we have seen a great race over here. So that was our first race already. Look at this. Let's see if we can see the results coming up. Do we have already any results? We should see something popping up. Apparently, here we are. Alex Alton, official race results, is the number 1 winner of the Sunday night Skippy race, the first season of the 8th season, first race. Awesome job. Jake Ashe on the 2nd position, Tyler Ante on the 3rd, and Carter Stickney on the 4th. Ian Worrell, newcomer, backcomer up here on the 5th position. Awesome race, great to see. We're gonna have a small break. We're gonna charge each other up and see if we can get some more parts coming in here for our new race of the Formula 1. And it's gonna be exciting, so get ready because there are gonna be 40 skips on this track. If you thought 15 was crazy, let's see how we can do that with 40 cars. I'll see you after the break. welcome back to our Sunday night skippy for the Formula 1 race. It's going to be a very exciting race, and luckily I don't have to do it all by myself. We have Ian Worrell here who's going to help us, and maybe even a little bit more, because we have some slight technical problems. Hopefully we have solved them, but on the moment we're not 100% sure, and Ian is our backup. But Ian, welcome for being here.
It is great to be here. I'm so pleased to be able to work with you and broadcast this race. It's awesome.
All right, Ian, you do have to check your microphone because we can hear you double right now, and I don't think that's the intention.
Okay, well, let's see if is that better now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I can hear you clearly right now. Cool.
Okay.
So
great.
we're now at the qualification of this race. Are you able to follow one of the drivers? Let's have a quick look if we can see if we can drive along with Leo Ovtarov. I expect a lot from him.
Well, Leo has been showing his heels to everybody thus far in the last few races, and in fact, he currently has the fastest lap of a 57.64 in qualifying. So he is really pushing along, and he's taking no prisoners in this one.
No, so he goes there now to that first corner, and that first corner is really important because you don't want to lose too much speed. And he's kissing that entry, stays really close, and here goes nearly full on speed, but he doesn't use that exit. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought he would look a little bit more of taking that exit. Yeah,
he has a very clean line through there, and if you jump into the cockpit and you look at his hands on the steering wheel, you can see how smooth he is through these corners. There's not a lot of hand movement going on. There's no and he's just keeping it really smooth and easy.
Yeah, I know.
You can hear throttle control as well to balance the car.
Yeah, I think he's just setting up his best laps. And just warming up his tires, because I didn't think that was the best lap time that he could have done. Let's quickly see if we... He is on the first position, look at that.
Yeah.
And it looks so easy when he does this. Going in here, a little bit of brake, and now back on that gas, really nearly clipping that grass, but on the perfect way.
Yeah, but
and now you see
now sets the fastest lap of the race. He sets a 57.22, which is pretty swift. And right behind him is Jeff Snavely, a 57.24. So there's only 2 hundredths between first and second, and a tenth between second and third. As Jeffrey Decker jumps right in there with a 57.34.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I do think... Have you seen that video of Jeffrey Decker about blue flags?
I did. It was very good, actually.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was interesting to see. So that was a drive with one of the drivers. And I do have to say, it's not one of them. It's Leo Ovtarov. We expect a lot from him in this season. Last season he came to us and he has shown a lot of pace. Still learning a lot also through pit stops and all those kind of rituals that we do have in this league. But interesting to see. So let's start about this, Ian. If you now look at this season, if you look at these 40 drivers, man, a lot of drivers. Who do you see? Who would be your pick? Who would be your top 5 that you see?
I think that Leo definitely is going to be one of them. He is setting some incredibly fast laps. He's terribly smooth. He tends not to put a foot wrong, so he manages to keep himself out of trouble. And he's just put down a 57.11, which is really quick for a quali lap. Adam Wright is in P2. Look at that with a 57.15. Adam has been doing better and better and better. He does, unfortunately, every now and then get caught up in some problems and knocked about, no fault of his own. He's not quite as consistent as Leo, I think, which is, I think, why we don't see Adam up there at the front all the time. But I think that is something he's been working on, and this season maybe that's going to be a thing of the past.
Well,
People often go ahead.
yeah, it's a fun part that you say that because Thursday we had our race of the Formula V, and remember that Adam basically was driving also on a really quick times. So it looks like this Lime Rock Park is really something that Adam is good in. But again, yeah, you have Pete McBrotton. What about him? Is he going to win another championship?
So we can't count Pete out, right? I mean, he is also right up there now. He's just jumped into third P3 with a 57.18. I mean, look at the difference in times. You've got 57.11, 15, 18, 18. So it's tie between Pete McBrotton and Carl Dronke for third. 22, 24, 27. 37, 41, 41, 43, 44, 46, 50.
Yeah, but
I mean,
all right. Before we all have these numbers, let's have a quick look. The last one, number 36. It's a 58.8. That's like we're 1.5 seconds from each other.
Yeah,
the whole field.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Number 28 is 58.01. That's like, so from first to flipping 28th. There's under a second in difference for lap time.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing.
It's phenomenal. It is going to be a huge battle on this track, and it is going to be an incredible battle, I think, on the season. You know, for the whole season, where these guys are going to be fighting tooth and nail. At this point, I mean, you know, I don't want to call it, because if Leo has a little problem, if he gets nudged or a bit of net code, you know, that will knock him out of first spot, and then it's then it's Adam, Pete, Carl, Chris, Jeff, Jeffrey, Paul, Joshua Dancy, Michael McLeod, JR, Edwin, Mike Bowers, Pete Nodwell, Scott. I mean, it's any of theirs.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they all have a realistic chance of podiuming in races this season. I don't think there's any one driver that we can choose right now.
No, so let's have a quick look at all the people that we see, because we already see a couple of times coming by. Do we see any new names that we can mispronounce? Always a fun thing that we can do here on the broadcast. I see Sean Ross. I think that's a new driver in our Skippy League.
Yeah, and also Gregor Klingman is also fairly new, I believe.
Yeah, I have seen him in the last races of the Formula 2. So great to see that he has made that jump to Formula 1. But what about Edward Valerino? A former champion is now on 12th position. Is he gonna come back to from that?
I mean, it's incredible to see Edwin down that far. I mean, you know, he used to be P1, P2 in every race. And finishing P1, P2 in every race. So to see him in 12th is quite phenomenal. It's like I say, I mean, I think that, you know, it's going to take a while for this to shake out, and I have no idea. Anyway, I think we're ready to roll, so we can have a look at maybe the grid.
That would be awesome. Yeah, let's have a quick look what the grid is. So Leo Oktarov on the first position, 57.1. Man, two nice guys is his team. He's not just a nice guy, he's also a very fast guy. Adam Wright, think fast, be fast, on the second position. And then we have Pete McBrotton, Carl Dronke, our all-time heroes, and always on in that top 5. Chris Herrera, nice to see him over here. Jeffrey Snavely, fast driver in our last season, is now on the 6th position. Jeffrey Decker. Did you know that he's from the World Resource Institute? Looks very cool. Then we have Paul Butler on the 8th position, driving for Austria. Nice to see some different countries coming up. Josh Dancy on position number 9. Michael McLeod, back of the pack racing. I've seen him race in the GT cars. He's very, very quick, and he has made it to the top 10 over here. So that's nice to see. And then we see, as we said, Edwin Valerino on 12, JR Hoops on 11th position. Let's go through the rest. It's Mike Bauer, Speed Notwell, Scott Bell, always for Sarah. Scott Bell, 15th position. Everything to gain for. Let's hope he doesn't crash out in corner 1. Benjamin Harris, number 16. He's really, it's one of the newcomers, but quickly already settling in that top 15. He's now 16th, but I expect a lot from him in this season. Then we have Gurkan Demir on position number 17, back of the pack racing, and we know how quick he is. So great to see him on the 17th position. He's going to gain a lot of spots if he wants to make that in the top 10. Jack Moffitt can drive any car, number 20th position, and on the 19th position is Sean Ross, our newcomer. Now then we have Spencer Clark, Steve Durr, Brian Press, John Dockery on the 23 position. He's looking very forward to this race. So as we doing. Alex Alton, the winner of Formula 2, is ready again from the 25th position. And then we have Jake over there as well. Jake Ashe, Matthew Zepka, Andrew Au, Andrew Cole. Here we have all there's some newcomers. I think Dave Pickram. This is his first official Formula 1 race. And then we have Nate Strules. Haven't seen him yet either, so great to see some new people.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be, as I say, it's going to be a pretty amazing race. Right now, the drivers are going through a quick briefing from the race stewards, making sure everybody understands what the rules and regulations of our racing league are. And for those of you who might be new to the Sunday Night Skippy, we've been a league. We're in our second year right now. We've got around 300 members. We typically put out around 40 drivers on a Sunday evening in the SF1 race and up to 20 in the SF2. And we look for some fun, clean, hard racing. So it looks like we're getting ready to go here.
Yeah, we do have some cars that still need to get ready, but last paints are getting loaded. Look at this, all the way to the back. We have a lot of skips up here. I'm not sure if it's a record, but this is a lot of people.
It's going to be a really interesting race because it's going to be difficult, I think, for all the cars, because there are so many that the leaders are very quickly going to be running around. And anyway, let's stop. Here come the lights.
All right, and what is Leo going to do, and what is Adam going to do right over there?
Away we go. So let's see how they do getting through lap 1 as they stream away down to Big Bend, the first turn. Of course, they've got cold tires, so there's going to be a little bit of taking it easy on your first couple of laps as the tires get themselves up to temperature. But so far, they all seem to be fairly clean through there. And if you look at the track map, it looks like a slinky snake as they slide their way along and slither along the track.
Wow, it looks like they prepared this. This is really awesome driving. From the whole crew is still, there are no crashes done yet.
They're all keeping there, and I see that Adam Wright is holding tight onto the back of Leo as they come down into the last corner and back onto the start-finish straight as they stream down across the start-finish straight. And Chris Herrera pops out to see if he can pick up someone in the draft and pass him going into Big Bend. And successfully gets up another space as we get a big set of changes.
Oh,
like
yeah, we saw
he had a crash.
Yeah, that was a major crash. There were a lot of people involved. Michael McLeod, Charles McCarthy, Jake Ashe, Dan Pagowski. I can try to see if we can do a quick review of that one, but that was a lot of things what happened.
Carl Dronke was on the outside of Chris Herrera coming into the corner and just lost the back end slightly and then rolled off and picked up.
Oh, yes.
As he went back onto the track, picked up another bunch of folks.
Oh.
So we'll have to have a look at that re-entry into the track there.
So how is it going up to the front? We have Leo, Adam, and Pete still very close to each other, and Chris Herrera on the 4th position as well.
Out a little bit of a gap there, not
what?
much.
What happened over there with Bell? Scott Bell made a major crash over there.
Oh dear, poor Scott. And all those who are charging and shouting and cheering for Scott. I hope he gets okay.
What happened to him?
I didn't see it. There's Scott in his blue and white, red and white car. I think he has, right? I didn't see anything.
Right, that was
Chuck Ache, he went off track, came back on track, and then he jumped to the pits. So I don't quite know what happened.
I think that those are the things that happen in these kind of races.
Yeah. As Chris Herrera sets the fastest lap of the race of a 57.5, and this whole front pack is starting to break away just a little bit, and already are working around to come up onto some back markers. So the passing will start soon. But the front pack of let's see, we've got Leo, Adam, Pete, Chris Herrera, Jeffrey Decker, and I think Paul Bashler is hanging on to the back of that group. And there's a little gap, but for Jeffrey Decker, Paul Bashler, Joshua Dancy, Edwin Ballerino, Mike Bowers is the next group. And then there's a little gap, and there's Peter Nodwell, J.R. Hoops, and Gurkan Demir. And then it drops back onto 13th of Sean Ross, Gregor Klingman, Spencer Clark, and some others. So,
oh, he goes off track over there. That was Gregor Klingman. You have to love yellow, but he was off track over there and made it safely and can actually continue that race. He's driving now behind Sean Ross. But I want to see, look at this big thing over here coming over.
oh my goodness me, this is an incredible race up here at the front. But I'm sure there's an awful lot of stuff going on at the back.
Well, okay, let's go back to the front then, because let's find a common ground on this one. Leo is still in that front pack. They're not moving that much.
They're not, but they are absolutely nose to tail, and they keep swapping fastest laps. Now, the question I go back to is strategy now, right? Are they all just going to allow Leo just to... I mean, is Leo going to just allow them to sit behind him? As Adam
oh, look at this, look at this.
He can pass on the inside. Sorry, Peter Morton does a pass on the inside, passes Adam Wright for second place.
Yeah, but then you also saw that Leo was immediately...
Yeah, as they are absolutely nose to tail now. Peter Morton putting in a 56.958 in that lap. That is a lap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and most of the times then something is happening with Pete. Then there's even a strategy going on. He's giving full power right now, and he was nearly going to first position.
Well, I thought he might have taken Leo in Big Bend in that.
Yeah, because also Leo was going to the outside. Well, we do have some sad news for the fans of Rich Butler. He crashed in the back. And how quick are you if Jeffrey Decker can't follow you? Look at this, he's on that second pack.
Chris Herrera passes Adam Wright. Well, Chris Herrera is now up into third place. So let's see what's going on down here. Let's go see what's happening with Mr. Bell. What is going on with Mr. Bell? He's right now running in P37. And there's a huge crash on the back straight. As, well, a lot of smoke, I should say. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But big set of smoke. I think someone was trying to get into the pits and just jammed on the brakes.
Oh, but, that's always good.
Scott is having a big battle with Charlie McCarthy. As the two of them are nose to tail.
Yeah, but Scott is a great driver, knows how to do these kind of things. So that was an easy pass for him.
Oh my gosh, and who is this that just went wide off the track? Looks like It is one of the back markers as the fast guys, as the front guys are now plowing straight into the back markers and working to get past them. And this is slowing everybody down just a little bit.
Yeah, and now you sit in this car and you see this 4-pack coming up, and you have to think of that video that Jeffrey Decker made. Where do I need to pass them? Where do I need to let them pass me?
Yeah, and it's not just one car you need to let by, you need to let the entire train past.
Yeah, but where do you stop with this train? This is a train till 27.
It's one of the reasons I'm not in this race.
Yeah, well, you do see that Adam is losing a little bit of touch over there. He is still in the draft.
A bit of a problem passing one of the back markers, and I think that slowed him down as Chris Herrera pulls wide and challenges for first place and goes into Big Bend too wide, takes passes Pete McBrodden. Pete looks to see if he can do the over-under, not quite able to do it, as these three cars look like they're almost welded together. It's incredible.
Yeah, so is it going to be Chris Herrera who's going to fight with Leo? Is Pete that smart that he's going to wait and get a way better strategy on this?
Well, then don't forget, Pete's been sitting in second place for quite some time. And Leo was out on his own, punching a hole in the air and using up all his petrol or all his gas. I mean, he's getting the advantage of the toe of some of the back markers now as he comes up, and the back marker pulls straight out of the way to let him through. And Chris Herrera challenging Leo going into Big Bend on the inside of the for the.
And he does it. Look at this.
There we go. Takes first place away.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Doing what he wants to do, right? Now Leo is going to get the advantage of using less fuel. Get the tow from Chris Herrera. And,
yeah, but I think the whole thing, it's really like, okay, this is the first time Leo has been really attacked and they overtake him. Chris has made a move. This is nice to see that in the first season. Everybody was a little bit afraid of Leo, and it's nice to see the first one takes over.
It's like, hello, Leo, you are not the fastest driver out there. I will pass you. But Chris put down a 56.630 for a lap. Holy bananas, Batman. That is very, very fast. All right.
And he's even running a little bit away now. Look at this. He has a little bit of a gap.
A little bit. He's got 0.3, so he's only 2 to 3 tenths out. So don't forget, everybody else behind him still firmly in the draft. If he could get a gap of a second, if he could find a back marker that he could pass, right in a really good position that ties up the people behind him just for a little bit, and there is a back marker in front of him. If he times it right and is able to slide past the back marker, he wants to almost pass the back marker, going into Big Bend, and then get the rest of the train tied behind that back marker, which just gives him a little bit of a break to try and see if he can pull out a bit more of a gap, because he needs about a second as Pete McBrodden goes very wide coming out the final downhill and goes to pass Leo on the inside into Big Bend, and looks like he's going to almost challenge Chris Herrera. Chris holds on to it, but only just, as Pete McBrodden is now in second place, pushing Leo back into third, and Adam Wright is all over Leo.
Yeah, Leo has a tough time on the moment. And I think the guys, they smell blood and they go for it.
Now, we haven't been talking much about Jeffrey Decker, Paul Bachelor, Edward Ballerino, Mike Bowers, Joshua Dancy, who is the group that is right behind our friends up front. They are also racing nose to tail and fighting really hard. Now, if they work together, they really do need to work together. They need to be using the draft, leapfrogging each other to try and get some higher speeds to be able to catch themselves back up to that front group.
But they are. You see that they come closer, and Paul was really not trying to pass Jeffrey. And if you can see right now, they're getting a lot closer.
Yep.
See if we can get from Jeffrey even a better perspective. Paul stays behind over there. And then you have, you know, Edwin Valerino, Mike Bowers right next to them.
This is really an incredible race. I'm so impressed with how they're doing. As we run lap 13 and 12 and a half minutes gone, 40 minutes to go. 40 minutes in total, sorry, not to go. So 37 and a half minutes to go. So it's still a long way. We haven't yet got to our first pit stops. I haven't seen anybody pitting yet. We've had a few people go into the pits for repairs. I wonder if they had the chance to do any refueling while they're in there.
And while we are talking, we do see that Jeff Torbeck overtook Andrew Cole. It's 23 position, but like they're fighting really, really hard. Look at this, Jonathan Dockery, really close to Stephen Durr.
Yeah, Jonathan and Steve are battling it out here.
Oh, we do see a change over here. Leo didn't take it and is on that first position again. Overtook Pete Mubrotten in that first corner. Of course, that's a logic place. Not much to worry about.
Yes, as the 35 car, is charging once more at the front of the pack.
But not long, and Jeffrey Decker together with Paul Butler will also have the draft over there, and then they can have a really interesting fight.
Yeah, and you know, because there's so many cars on the track, it also means that, you know, you're not losing the draft as much as you would on a track that only has, let's say, 15 or 20 cars on it. And so your ability to maintain pace as they are jockeying for the fastest lines down into Big Bend, as Leo takes the inside line, Pete Mubrotten passes him on the outside, back into P1 as we have a spinner there on the inside on the grass. Matt very well staying out of the way, locked his brakes, did a good job.
Yeah, but we also see Chris Herrera immediately looking back to Leo. Like, I want that spot.
You know it. Adam Wright there in fourth place, down 2. Definitely still very much in contention. So Peter Rotten's up 2, Leo's down 1, Chris Herrera's up 2. But if we go back further in the pack, we've got Kyle Reed, he's up 18 places. I mean, well done, Kyle. That's a very, very good drive into 19th. I'm not sure if anybody's been trying to do their pit times yet.
Look at this, Chris Herrera going for that second spot. Really making it difficult on Pete, choosing a different line. But he's not getting there. But Jeffrey Decker is now getting really close, and they're in draft. So Jeffrey Decker is now basically back into that group together with Paul Butler. And Edwin Valerino right behind there as well.
Yeah.
And what time do we expect the pit stop? It's only one pit stop, isn't it?
It's only one pit stop. The pit window should open up in the next lap or so. We're almost at the halfway point as Chris Herrera takes an inside line and passes Leo into Big Bend. Adam Wright hanging onto the back of Leo's bumper, or gearbox, if you will. Jeffrey Decker right up there now.
Yeah, and then right behind there is that fight Peter Notwell and Gurkan Demir. Also driving very closely, Joshua Dancy right behind there. DR Hoops drives a really nice race over there, 12th position. Yeah, we have a top 10 that's so close on this track. Look at this. Look at this. Chris Herrera. Yeah, I want to take that position. I'm going to go inside.
Back on the inside going into big
Yeah,
bend.
and then immediately you see Leo looking there as well. But Pete is smart enough to say one is enough.
On the inside there, yes, absolutely. Now, I'm trying to see if we've got anybody who is pitted.
Oh, I
But
can
I'm
do
not
it.
seeing anyone yet pitting, so we've still got this pit strategy to think about.
No, we see only in the back markers some pit stops. That's from people who were involved in crashes.
Yeah.
And Pete Butler, he hasn't done much work on the first spot. He's always behind someone. So that could be very interesting to see. How long can he run? Oh, Paul, keep it together. Paul Butler. That costing him some time, but he is still on the track. And Jeffrey Decker knows that he's quicker. Otherwise he couldn't have been closer to them. You gotta feel comfortable being Jeffrey right now.
So Rob Hopp, I think, is unfortunately out right now in P39. Dave Pickram is out, I think. Is he out? Looks like he might be.
Yeah, I do think so. We are driving along with Nate Strules on the back, and we can actually see right in front of him is Scott Bell. Scott, don't worry, we have found Scott Bell. He's driving on 35th position, and his car looks good, so we can't blame that one this time.
Yeah, he's straight there with Nate Struhl, Scott Bell, Charlie McCarthy, Chris Daniel, and Rich Butler.
And we have our first pit stop. I'm not sure if he was doing that, but I see that we have Sean Ross coming in. So he's actually one of the first ones to come in. And immediately behind him is Alex Alton, knows how to do this. So that's in the mid pack. Here on the front pack we see Chris Herrera taking that lead, still having that lead. With Pete Mabrotten, Leo Oktarov and Adam Wright, Jeffrey Decker right behind them.
Yeah, and we're going to start seeing it ripple through as folks grab that pit stop, refuel their cars, and get themselves back out onto the track. But so far, we've got Herrera, Mabrotten, Leo, Wright, Decker, Bachelor, Browers, and Verano. Edwin, who's now in P8. Great drive by Edwin to get up there. They've done 21 laps and no pit stops as yet.
No pit stops yet, but that will come soon. But Pete Broughton has taken the lead, so that means there's something up. He's not taking this lead by just coincidence or just want to run in the first place. He needs to push out now a quick lap. I think he's going to go into the pit really soon. Maybe even on this lap.
The times continue to drop. I've now seen Jeffrey Decker with a 56.418.
Yeah, he's been pushed by Pete Mabrotten, Chris Herrera, and Leo Oktarov. I want to have that draft as well.
And this is why I was saying, you really can't, as they do yet another lap. And Chris Herrera pulls out.
Yeah, of course, Chris.
And Leo's
looking at come on, Leo.
There.
Yeah, and Leo says, I'll take it too.
And then going into Big Bend.
Oh, look at that.
God. That is so much fun. And Jeffrey Decker's in there. He's looking to see if he can find a way to sneak his car through on the inside of Leo.
Yeah.
A little bit wide.
Last season, the whole time Jeffrey was behind Leo, he actually sees that people can pass him. He's like, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah. And Adam Wright, unfortunately, has dropped back just a wee bit. Now he's running behind Jeffrey Decker. As Jeffrey now gets it down to the 56.418. Is there a 55 in there, do you think? I don't know. Gurka De Beer pitted on lap 21. Sean Ross on lap 20. Carl Dronke pitted on lap 19. Dan Pagowski's just pitted.
Yeah, it's not even news anymore if Pete Mabrotten takes them in the first corner for first position. It's been Chris, Pete, And you're actually one of the admins, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more about racing for teams. How does that work in this? Because I think that's new introduced.
Yeah, I don't think we're really doing anything much with it as yet, but the idea is that you can have a team member that you can race with, work with, and there'll be two of you, so you can start using strategies if you are racing together, where one person can use the other person as a, not as necessarily as a blocker, but you can then split the strategy as they go diving for the pits. Pete Broughton, Chris Herrera, and Leo all dive into the pits, and Leo runs into the back of Chris Herrera, who runs into the back of Pete Broughton, right there at the pit entrance, which is fine. They can do a quick repair, but
I heard the noise. I didn't actually couldn't see it.
Yeah, Pete entered the pits, Chris Herrera did, and then they all crashed into each other. Now the question is, who's going to get the fastest pit stop and get back out there? And Chris Herrera's moving, Leo's moving. Sorry.
No, Leo's not moving. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh!
Pete gets out right in front, but Leo is still in the pits. What is going on with Leo?
Yeah, Leo didn't get the message about short fueling. And he's still fueling, and Pete Broughton says, "Good morning, I'm going." But what about Jeffrey Decker? We drive along here. Jeffrey Decker is coming into the pit.
So
I'm curious what he does. Scott Bell nicely lets him pass. He's also there in the pit.
Bachelor, Joshua Dancy, Pete Nogwell, and Jeff Snavely are also all in the pits. The question's going to be...
Oh, and now Leo is driving away. Now Leo is driving away. So there was again a problem with fueling.
19. So Leo has got quite the drive to do down in P19. He's lost 10 spaces on Pete Broughton, who's now just got back up into P4 as things start to cycle through. And we're going 3 wide into Big Bend.
With who? You have to tell me who it is, because we're currently driving along with Adam Wright.
As they're going 3 wide into Big Bend. Oh boy, I tell you, there's going to be some elbows out soon as we run lap 26, 25 minutes of a 40-minute race. Time is ticking down as Mike Bowers is in pit lane. Benjamin Harris is currently leading the race, followed by Jeffrey Decker, Chris Herrera, Peter Broughton, Paul Bachelor, Andrew Cole, Edwin Ballerino, Matt Rupetska, Gurkan Demir, J.R. Hoops, Peter Nodwell, Joshua Dancy, Jeff Snavely, Sean Ross, Michael McLeod, Leo down in P17, Jeff Torbeck.
All right, let's have a quick look at the front, because we do see that Jeffrey Decker is getting followed by 2 people.
As Pete pulls out and Chris pulls out, and they're going 2 wide into Big Bend once again with a back marker in front. And Jeffrey manages to hold on to that position, and Pete and Chris Herrera are going 2 wide round the rest of the darn track. It darn well looks like. It's me as they get ready to go into uphill 2 wide. That is phenomenal. As Adam Wright jumps into the pit lane, and Jeffrey Decker sets a 56.418 fastest lap of the race.
So now I'm really curious about when Adam is coming out. Is he coming out just behind these guys?
I don't know. Let's jump and see Adam. He's still sat in the pits.
Well, Jeffrey Decker and Chris Herrera together with Pete Broughton are now over finish line.
He's heading for the exit. He's heading for the exit. And if we look to his left, he is just out.
He just makes it. He's making it.
In front.
Look at this.
Of Jeffrey Decker, who's just
Oh.
Chris Herrera. Oh my goodness me.
Look at this. Adam was the whole time waiting, and now he's out there. Now he's number 1. And a nice drive from Jeffrey Decker. Was completely off track, but saved his car.
They're working right through a lot of the back markers once again. As they come over the brow, under the bridge and down the hill, Adam gets a little squirrely out of there and loses a little bit of speed to Chris Herrera, who pulls out alongside of him right at the beginning, coming out of that corner with a higher speed, and just drives past Chris Herrera, takes the position away from him, jumps into first place.
Yeah, and Pete Broughton is in that fight with Jeffrey Decker. And then you have all those back markers right over there. That's, oh man.
But look at who is in the top 10 now. We've now got Chris Herrera, Adam Wright, Pete Broughton, Jeffrey Decker, Paul Batchelor, Mike Bowers, Edwin Ballerino, Greg Demir, Carl Dronke, who is Peter Nodwell just passed Carl Dronke in 10th. So it is a complete shake-up as Chris Herrera takes the lead from Adam Wright. But it's a complete shake-up as Leo's made his way up to P11 and is continuing to fight towards the front, setting some pretty quick laps. Edwin Ballerino is where we've got a big set of changes going on as people cycle through their pit stops.
Well, Edwin Ballerino is on the 7th position over here. So he looks quite okay. Needs to get closer to...
P1, Adam Wright's in P2. What happened to Chris Herrera?
Chris Herrera, well, he drives on the front. So he's the number one guy. And they're making it very difficult for Adam Wright on the moment.
Yeah, Adam is... I don't know if Adam is racing Chris or defending Pete. I don't know which one he's trying to do. So, as Jeffrey Decker's looking at the back of Pete's gearbox right now and thinking, ooh, don't want to see that much longer. But Leo is now in P10.
And look at this, how close is everybody. We're talking about Mike Bowers and Paul Butler right behind them. And I do see that Paul Butler has overtaken Mike over there. Awesome move.
Big shout out for Andrew Cole, who's up 15 places, I think, into P18. Great drive from him.
So what do we want to see? We're 30 minutes in. We still have 10 more minutes. And Chris Herrera is in the lead together with Adam Wright and Pete Broughton. Jeffrey Decker right behind there. And then we have a little bit of a gap to Paul Butler. Do we have any... and where's Michael McLeod?
Michael McLeod right now is down in P10.
Yeah, he was involved with that incident with Carl Dronke.
Yeah. As Adam Wright loses it a little bit on Big Ben, goes a little wide, maintains the speed, still there behind Jeffrey Decker. Still have quite a few people on the first lap, on the same lap, sorry, on the lead lap, which is really good to see. You know, I heard something about Chris Herrera the other day. Apparently, you know why he's got that car of two different colours, sort of half and half?
Split personality?
Yes. How did you know?
No.
It's true. He has a split personality. So one half of his personality really likes racing, and the other half doesn't really enjoy it very much. He's really fighting with it. And they go 3 wide. Down into Big Ben.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Woo! Jeffrey Decker has waited, and he's now on that first position. Look at this!
As Jeffrey Decker now takes P1.
Yeah, and Pete Broughton keeps that inside line, so it's going to be difficult for Chris Herrera to come back on racing line, but Chris Herrera just does that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was awesome racing.
That was truly phenomenal.
That's why you want to watch Cav racing, you know, to see this this race. It's just awesome.
Oh my goodness me. But you know, you can see the results of the old split personality there, you see.
Yeah, no, awesome, awesome to see that. He looks a little bit like a band in the 80s, I have to remember, but that's maybe just a Dutch thing.
So as he pulls out, Chris Herrera pulls out, drafts down past, as they go into Big Ben, 3 wide again, squeezing Pete Broughton out of the middle there. Came out like a watermelon seed out of someone's mouth, I tell you.
Oh, look at this. 3 wide again. Up, and
Goodness me.
Jeffrey Decker comes back.
As we tick down to 32.24 of 40 minutes.
Yeah, now this is going to be interesting. They have Jack Moffitt right in front of them.
Well, I hope everybody got enough gas, because I'll tell you something, you cannot be doing gas saving here with this lot, because you're just not going fast enough.
I don't know.
They're running up behind Jack Moffitt, I think. Is that Jack
Yeah, that's
Moffitt?
Jack Moffitt. Yeah. But I do have to say, I don't trust...
And there goes Chris Herrera.
Oh yeah, but oh look at that! Yeah. 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, and now he overcooks it. Chris Herrera overcooks it.
And he oh my God, Chris Herrera loses it in the corner, nearly takes out Adam Wright and Jack Moffitt, drops back off the front two quite significantly. Has got his work cut out of him to catch back up again.
Have you ever seen such a save? Okay, you lose like 1.4 seconds, but you saved the day over there, man.
He did. That was well driven. He was a little hot in that corner. And look at Adam Wright, Mike Bowers, Paul Bashler, Edmund Valerino, and Gurka Demir, all up there now, pushing hard to try and close that gap down on the front runners, to see if they can get in there. As Adam Wright goes on the inside of Chris Herrera down into Big Bend, as the overlap takes the inside line into Big Bend, takes that position away.
Yeah, because Adam Wright needs to move up now if he wants to come back to Jeffrey Decker and Pete Broughton. That's going to be difficult. There are only 6 minutes left.
Hey, there is. Time waits for no one as Jeffrey Decker sets fastest lap with a 56.418. Rapid pace.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, he overcooks it a little bit. And I thought that Pete Broughton was overtaking him right over there, but
yeah, I think
apparently
he ran a little bit wide as Chris Herrera is so close to the back of Adam Wright. Surely he's going to pop out. Yep, and there he does. Pops out, drafts past him, down into Big Bend. He's got a slower car on the inside, however. Might make it just a little bit more difficult as Pete and Jeffrey pass that car, and that's going to slow up Chris Herrera and Adam Wright just a tiny bit.
I do have to say he did it exactly like it was mentioned in the video.
Yes, he did. He certainly did.
But I do see that Chris Herrera is coming back into the draft of Pete Broughton and Jeffrey Decker. It's not over yet.
Have a quick look at Jeffrey Decker's up 6 places into P1. Pete's up 1. Chris is at 2. Adam's down 2. Mike Bowers is up 8 places into P5. Andrew Cole is up 22 places into P11. Incredible drive from Andrew Cole. Very, very well done there. Andy Howe is up 18 places. Carl Reed's up 22 places into P15. Make it 23. Goodness me, these guys are doing so well. Fort Bashler and Mike Bowers and Edward Valerino are fighting away down here as well for the 5th, 6th and 7th spots. There's a huge fight going on with them. I think there's fighting all the way up and down the grid. Just jumping back to Leo. Leo is he's lost the draft of anybody in front of him, which is making it really...
I was just looking at Jonathan Dockery, who was really close over there. And they made contact. Quick look what exactly happened. Looks like he was driving a fine line. Oh yeah, and then somebody misses the corner over there. And that immediately is takeout for him. Alright, let's go back to the front. We have 3 more minutes. Jeffrey Decker still in the lead. Pete Broughton on the number 1 position. And Chris Herrera on number 3.
And they've all caught back up again. So they're once again welded together. I mean, it's almost like a piece of paper couldn't fit. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. A piece of paper couldn't fit between them. As we roll up to 37 minutes and 24 seconds of elapsed time of a 40-minute race. We have less than 3 minutes. We have 2.5 minutes to go.
Sorry, we do look at a replay of Edwin Valerino because I think he made contact over here. You kidding me? Yeah, he made definitely contact. And he looks out of the race.
Oh, what a pity, because he did such a brilliant run there. I was just saying we're down to 38 minutes now, so 2 minutes to go, which is about 3 laps, give or take. So it's going to be really interesting to see where these guys hit the white flag lap, which is the penultimate lap, and how they do. So right up at the front now, Jeffrey Decker, Pete McBroughton, Chris Herrera, Adam Wright, Mike Bowers, Paul Bashler are all there charging as, let's see, Michael McLeod is now in P7, Leo has got up to P8. So Leo has been working his way back up through the pack, doing a tremendous drive. I think what we're going to have to do is start one of those vote for your driver of the day things, you know what I mean?
Well, let's you pick one, I pick one, and then we'll let the audience vote for it.
Oh no, Chris Herrera loses the car in Big Bend and is overtaken and has dropped off the back of that pack. He's falling backwards. He's now he's just over a second behind with 1 minute left to go.
Oh, he was really pushing it over there, and Pete McBroughton took it nicely, kept it clean, but...
Decker in first, McBroughton in second, Adam Wright in third. Still anybody's game. Adam needs to get a little bit closer to the back of Pete to really have an opportunity to draft past on the final lap. And I'm looking to see if we get a white flag this lap, or if it will be next lap as we hit 29, 28.
yeah. We get another lap. We get another lap.
We're going to get another lap. This should be...
No, it's white flag. White flag. I do see the white flag.
White flag as Pete McBroughton drafts past, takes the lead away from Jeffrey Decker, going into Big Bend. Adam Wright ever closer to the back of those players, closes himself up again. He's right behind Jeffrey. This is a tremendous battle here at the front, with hardly anything between them.
No, and Adam is completely in the back, so it is really the three-way up there. But why does Pete wants to take the lead right now? We know that it's going to be that straight.
If he can keep it, this is where Jeffrey Decker is going to become the postman, as is Adam Wright. They are going to be licking their stamps and getting ready to just send it to see if they can draft past. And I think you'll see some jockeying as they come down through the final corner onto the front and back straight. Pete McBroughton's in first, Jeffrey Decker's in second, Adam Wright's in third. Here we go. Pete pulls wide, Jeffrey pulls after over him. Is he going to get past him?
Oh, 3 wide and...
Oh
man.
Wins by 8,000th of a second.
And Adam Wright on the third position.
That is a close finish. Oh my God. What a tremendous race that was. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'm just blown away. Mike Bowers in fourth, Paul Bashler in fifth, Chris Herrera in sixth. Let's see who's coming in seventh. Looks like Sean Ross at seventh. Steve Durr in seventh. Steve Durr, is it going to be Steve Durr? Where are you, Steve?
Well, I think everybody has done it already.
Finished now. Wow.
Let's have a quick look if we can see the race results coming up.
That was incredible racing.
And we do have the official results coming up. And it is Jeffrey Decker who takes that win with 0.12 from Pete McBroughton. And right behind him for 0.069 Adam Wright. Man, you want to think it, you want to keep it close.
Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. That was so much fun to watch.
Oh, this was an amazing race. We do have Pete Broughton in the standby. Would love to talk to him. Let's have a quick look what he has to say on his second position. Hi, Pete. How are you doing?
I'm doing lovely. Me and Decker finally got to race, so I think we've both been waiting on that for 2 seasons, so we're happy.
Well, I think Chris Herrera also wanted to play with you because that was an awesome race you guys had. What was your tactic? Did you have any strategies, or was it just really holding on and see where we get?
You know, being the first race of the season, and honestly, not really having been able to have contact with Decker and Herrera in a while. I think this was more just kind of feeling it out. What do each other's patterns look like? You know, what does the movement look like? And just kind of getting used to the flow of traffic. Overall, I just wanted to make sure that I was staying near top 3, pick up bonus points where I can. You know, reduce any risk if there's issues. Try to have as few cars ahead of you as possible. Otherwise, you know, just kind of hang out with the pack and have some fun.
Yeah, we're just looking at that last incident that Chris Herrera had, passing you and then overcooking it right there. What went through your mind when you saw him pass you?
Sheer confusion. I didn't understand what happened. I didn't know if... I was pretty sure we didn't have any contact. I stuck pretty much right behind Decker, and Decker didn't pinch him. I was wondering if maybe there was a back marker that was in the grass in T1 that was getting my attention. I was wondering if maybe he spooked a little bit. We thought they were going to have a bad re-entry, and it took us or what happened. But yeah, it was a surprise.
That was a nice race and a really surprising finish with Jeffrey coming up because he stayed behind a lot of times. Did you thought that you were going to win, or did you knew that you're not going to pass him?
Nope. As soon as I went by and I saw the uphill how close they were behind, like I think I made a boo-boo. I shouldn't have passed on the last lap. So, you know, we tried to just rob the draft a little bit, but it ended up scrubbing a little bit too much of my run. So it kind of worked, but not well enough. I think that was inevitable.
Yeah, no, it's... Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I was going to say, Pete, you know, it was a bit of a spectacle from a viewer perspective because the racing at the front was so close. We were, I don't know, we were all very disappointed to see Leo fall away after what was a tremendously long pit stop. I have no idea what took him so long. Maybe he got a speeding penalty or something. But you guys just left him in the pits. But going into the pits, I noticed a little bit of argy-bargy going on there, mate. What happened?
Honestly, I didn't quite absolutely maximize my pit. I got a little bit of a wiggle. So when you're coming into this pit stop, you know, ideally, if you're really doing it as hard as you possibly can, you're going to come 45 degrees across the track. That's so dangerous in traffic. So in the league, we try to be more respectful of people's, you know, mortality. So we try to actually use that pit lane as intended, which is a very, very, almost a small chicane, which means you have to do a good bit of braking, let off the brakes, get the car rotated, and then back on the brakes again. And I got a little bit of wiggle in that transition. And I think Herrera was coming in behind me, and it just caught him out a little bit. So I got a little bit more checkup than I wanted.
Yeah, I think you were in the front. I think Chris hit you, and I think Leo hit Chris. So I think everybody had a little bit of bits of body work went flying.
Yeah, and that's when you're trying to min max those entrances. That's the concern is always if you got somebody ahead of you, if they have a little bit of a bobble, it can get real exciting. And sure enough, I had a bobble, and it got exciting.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you, it was an extremely entertaining race. By my records, you came second by 0.008 of a second.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun slugfest at the end. And the official results, I've got it at 1/100th, but yeah, it sure felt pretty close, and no shortage of elbows out on the way there.
It was definitely close. We also have our race winner up here, Jeffrey Decker. Jeffrey Decker, congratulations for winning this one. How was the race for you?
Jeffrey, hang on, we're not hearing you, mate.
And Jeffrey needs to unmute himself. Maybe Chris Herrera has more luck in that. Oh, Jeffrey Decker.
Jeffrey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you guys gotta unmute me. I can't do it. Yeah, no, it was an epic out there. There were a couple cars. There was a car that spun ahead of me early on in the race. There was a gap to I think like the lead 4 or 5, and I was just trying to maintain that gap as much as I could in hopes that something would happen and I kind of latch back onto the end of them. And then I think maybe like 8 laps to go before the pit stop, I finally touched base and was able to do a little bit of fuel saving. But yeah, just a super fun race. And then once we were all together, just the wheel to wheel was great, super clean, super fun. So yeah, on top of winning it, it was just a really, really good time as well.
Well, it was a really good time to watch. Let me tell you, I got quite excited to call this race. So congratulations to you all. I mean, just a tremendous race. And I hope if you watch it back, there's going to be 2 streams. There's the Cavalcade one, but I also did one as well. So there'll be 2 different streams you'll be able to go look at to catch the action, because there was a heck of a lot of action.
Yeah, we'll get all the angles. Yeah,
Exactly.
There was a lot going on throughout the pack, because anytime we came up to cars, it always seemed like there was at least a pair kind of hanging out too. So yeah, really, really good fun.
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget Chris Herrera. Chris, you're also here in the booth. Welcome. First season, you made a very spectacular race. How was it for you?
Hi, Pim. Hey, guys. Oh, gosh. I was just talking with Jeff in let's call it the green room, and it was such a fun race. My gosh. Like, first of all, congrats to Jeff on winning the race. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but right before the race started, Jeff and I created a team called the California Racins. So hopefully we'll be at the top of the list after this one. Great race to Pete as well, and Adam. I think the 4 of us towards the end, it was the 4 of us battling it out. And Pete, gosh, that was a cheeky move coming in on the inside 3 wide towards the end of the race. But I left the rim open, so that was a great move on your part. Unfortunately, I spun out towards the end, couldn't catch up with the guys. But gosh, that was one of the funnest races I've had in a while. So even though I lost a position after qualifying overall, it was still a good race. And yeah, I mean, that's my goal this season, is be consistent and try to finish every race.
Very awesome.
Go ahead, Ian.
No, you go ahead, mate.
Yeah, no, I think it was a great race, and I liked how you attacked Leo, because Leo is always in that lead, and we were expecting him a lot more. And at one point, you were like, "Okay, it's enough. I'm gonna pass him." And then the gloves went on, and you all kept passing each other in that first corner. Chris, any special things, any special shout-outs you want to do for anybody that maybe watched this broadcast?
Oh, absolutely. So, as always, shout out to Running on Empty, which is now in collaboration with California Racins. And a very special shout out to my lovely new fiance and our growing family. So, happy for that.
Ooh, nice. Oh, you're not just lucky on the...
I do have to say, Chris, you have a problem with that, though, mate. You did not ask permission from the league.
Oh gosh. Well, if you knew her at all, I think you would understand why I didn't do that.
All right.
You'll have to get her on the broadcast booth at one point in time.
Possibly someday, yes.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks very much. And
no way that's ever going to happen.
Probably not. Hey, I'm going to hop out of here, let you guys get to someone else. But thanks.
All right, man.
Great racing, guys.
Take care, mate.
Have a good cheers, guys. I'm going to pop off as well. But thank you guys so much for the broadcast. What a fun race. I'm so looking forward to looking back at it.
All right, man.
Later, guys.
All right. So, Ian, thank you very much for joining. We were expecting Peter to join, but he was stuck in traffic. So great to see that Cavalcade has a real pack to work together. Curious to see Thursday race when we are doing the Formula V. You are going to present that one?
I'm hoping to, this time with actual voiceover.
Well,
you messed it up last time, so there's a lot of changing angles of video cameras to different cars without anybody saying anything. So believe me, there was an awful lot of talking going on. So we'll see what we can do for the next week.
Yeah, let's hope that this broadcast did have our voices, because spent an awful long time to discuss this race. It had so much happened. So great season start, I think, and we will see what's going to happen in our next race. Thank everybody for watching, and we will see you next time, next Sunday.
Take care.